I would recommend for anybody that wants to have a Treasury career, don't shut yourself off from the idea of actually, might be said, going to the dark side, going into banking for a while.
Yeah.
Because you get a completely different view of how things work, how banks look at corporates. And that can be really invaluable to you going down the line. There's things that banks do really well that corporates are only catching up with now in terms of things like risk management, quantification of risk. And so it didn't do me any harm at all in the long run doing that. And I think I learned an awful lot from that time as well. Whenever there's something good or bad that you have to convey to somebody else, and that is, how would I like it? How would I like to be treated?
Yeah.
And I think on the whole, it doesn't always work because, everyone's different.
Yeah.
But if you try and be fair and honest, I don't think there's anything hugely complicated about leadership. I think it's about setting a good example. People are only going to be, I always think, they're only going to be as good as you are in terms of your behaviors. So if you set bad behaviors, if you have one rule for them, one rule for you, then you're not going to get anywhere. And if you are dishonest with people, if you're not open or as open as you possibly can be with them, then you're going to lose their trust. I think, if you can engender a team spirit of being a part of the team, but being a leader is difficult, as you know, because you can't be one of the boys or one of the girls or whatever. You've got to be slightly aloof, but you can do that in a nice way and make sure that you're consistent as well.
Yeah.
So, you're not all matey with them one day and then absolutely don't want to talk to anybody the following day. It's consistency, honesty, and setting a good example. I don't think you necessarily need somebody with huge amounts of experience to do that at all. And I think this is more common to Treasury people generally, not just in funding, is you just need somebody who's very, very curious and has bags of enthusiasm and energy, because that gets you. Obviously you've got to be numeric, and all that stuff, but it's about enthusiasm and curiosity. And I think also more so now, being good with people, being good with investors, being good with rating agency people, being good with bankers, getting them to understand your business. And also internally now, with funding being more ESG focused as well, bringing all those facets into play as well, because investors are very demanding about that sort of information flow and what they're putting their money to work in, and also much more demanding from rating agencies as well.